Hello, and welcome to this brief webinar on the business success triads. My name is Frank Saline, and I'm the CEO and founder of Third Level Consulting, a leader in children's activity center growth, systems, and training. For more information, you can locate us at third3rdlevelconsulting.com on the web, and you can see the variety of industries that we serve, the services that we provide, including the total access memberships. There's 4 different levels of benefits and services. The success dashboards, the revolutionary new training tool for owners, administrators, program managers, and office managers, and other training and valuation and sales and conferences. So connect with us today and we'll get started. Today's webinar has to do with what we call the triangles of success, or the business success triads. This graphic shows very clearly what the success model is in the children's activity center industry. First, we have what we call the child activity center, with elements of sports, arts, entertainment, and education. Now, they might be in varying degrees. For example, your organization might just be a gymnastics school that features gymnastics and tumbling, maybe rhythmic gymnastics, acro, activities like that. Or it might be solely dance with many variations in arts and dance. Or it might be martial arts, or it might be cheerleading, or it might be a learn to swim center, or it might be a combination of all of them. It might be a child care center. Again, the elements of education, entertainment, and sports and arts is kind of a well-rounded child activity center, but those that are specialized in dance or cheerleading or swim can have immense success as well. And they will also have components of entertainment and education in them. So the child activity center model is very important to the success of our operations in the long run. We want to keep all 3 in mind. Along that line, you might want to consider what the big world of the Children's Learning Opportunity Center, or CLLCs, are in terms of trends, the things that we want to know about these different industries. Is what are the industry drivers? What's the heartbeat of the industry? Is the popularity on the rise or waning in these different areas? What's the basic business model? What are the unique characteristics per industry? And what are the financial comparisons per industry? These are just some questions that we might want to know. And in each one of these areas, we explore those. Our clients have access to these types of analysis, and I think it's important. It's also important to know the types of children's activity center businesses, that's CAC, that there are: the private for-profit, the franchises, the licenses or licensees. There's nonprofit world, of course, and of course there's all kinds of combinations, single chains and locations, etc. Just looking at gymnastics schools alone, for example, here's how we break down the what do we want to know variables, such as these industry drivers. Who are the industry players that are there? What's the heartbeat of the industry? Well, in the USA, it's private businesses, but in Canada and Australia, it's not-for-profits, with privates bringing up the other side, and some doing quite well. The Olympic cycle, perceptions and myths, is kind of one of the growth. I call it a myth because we want to be growing despite any Olympic cycle or even despite economic cycles. The models are improving. It's a unique basis for all sports. Of course, all activities think they're the basis for all sports. You have to be careful there. And the financial performance is basically all over the lot, and it is in most of these industries as well, with the exception of learn to swim and possibly childcare. Anyway, this is an approach. This what do we want to know for these different areas, and it pays to study these things. This is part of Third Level's ongoing work and our mission as well to bring that to bear. So if we go back now to the business success triads, one of the next items here is who is our customer base. And our customer base is formed from children, parents, and staff. They are all our customers. Many of you have heard me say this many times, that just because you pay your staff does not mean that they are not a customer. And we have to provide excellent customer service to all of those segments, all of those customer segments. It is another one of the ships of success along this journey. To that end, one of the things we'd like to look at here briefly is the 6 components of a customer's experience. And you could look at this from many different aspects. You could look at it from the child's perspective, from the parent perspective, and from the staff's perspective. You look at the physical component, the setting component, the functional component, the technical, the operation, and experiential. What's kind of interesting in this is this was John R. DeJulius, who's really the third, who's fantastic at this. And this article goes on to look at his 6 parameters of a customer's experience and gives some basics for that. What are the overall parameters and key factors in each one of these? He goes on further to talk about examples of each one. For example, in the physical experience, the parking, the accessibility, the design, the decor, the public areas, the signage, the spaciousness, the floor coverings. On the setting, the ambiance, theme, lighting, acoustics. This is just an excellent way to break this up. The functional, the policies, the operating hours, the ease of doing business, etc. Really, really great. Technical, level of expertise, technology, speed, website functionality, phone systems, software, etc. Operational, all the daily tasks, cleaning, dress code, preparation, etc. And experiential, all the hospitality and customer engagement and going above and beyond, congeniality, anticipation, cheerful. Really, really, really great article. Just fantastic. So that is some of the parameters that we'd be looking at when we talk about satisfying our customer base. It's another triangle of success: children, parents, and staff. And finally, the child development team is another one of the ships that are sailing for you towards this success island or success land. And that is the fact that on the child development team are the instructors, the parents, and the students. To that end and to that effect, we want to be sure that we are a child-centered program, not a goal-dominated program. And in this article called Comparing Teaching Methods in Child-Centered Learning, it illustrates the difference between a goal-dominated program and a child-centered program. For example, the skill comes first in a goal-dominated program, but the child comes first in a child-centered program, of course. Talks about time frames, force versus and coercion versus gentle guiding and encouragement, dominant versus the progress at the child's pace, no-nonsense format versus fun and playful learning, the coach's ego in the center as opposed to the child's ego in the center. And you could look at this for all 3 of the areas. I think it's highly interesting to look at that third ship, the instructors, parents, and students. So looking at this all together, the Child Activity Center ship, the Customer Base ship, and the Child Developmental Team ship leads us to kind of this success. There's a lot to do in business, as you know, whether you're an office manager, program manager, owner, administrator, board member, whatever it is that is your role. You know that for business success, way over here on the palm tree with the treasure island and all of that, you know how much it goes into it. There's a million details. Well, these success dashboards that Third Level Consulting has developed for these 3 main cooperating personnel groups of program managers, office managers, and administrators or owners, it takes all 3. Unfortunately, we do have a tool that will help you with this. The success dashboards on the Third Level Consulting website. You can simply go there, click on success dashboards, and what you're going to find is a little summary of the success dashboards. They are based on solid brain science, and they're dynamic and interactive applications that allow all 3 groups to work together in the same way and speak the same language. They all feature, every single one of the dashboards features key performance indicators, long and short-term action plans with target dates, ongoing success logs, and can be configured per user. If you're after a self-sustaining, continuously improving organization that runs efficiently, profitably, and less risk, then the success dashboards are for you. On that page, you will see a dashboard for administrative professionals, a little video on that, a dashboard for managers, and a dashboard for office managers. There's even an orientation to the light version of the dashboard, which is free. So I'm going to leave you with that today. Mainly the last image I want to leave you with is the one of the business success triads. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation as much as I've enjoyed giving it. Take good care. We'll see you on the road.